Now to the story teased earlier, year 2023 has been described as one of the most challenging for the Nigerian economy following series of policy somersaults that plunged the economy into deep mess. These policies, according to some Nigerians, have impoverished the masses, and many are calling on the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to correct the wrongs of the past. Correspondent Kunle Ojo in this report examines the year in retrospect vis-a-vis the performance of the economy.
According to the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria's gross domestic product grew by 2.51% in the real terms of the second quarter of 2023. This growth rate is lower than the 3.54% recorded in the second quarter of 2022 and may be attributed to the challenging economic conditions being experienced. The performance of the GDP in the second quarter of 2023 was driven mainly by the services sector, which recorded a growth of 4.42% and contributed 58.42% to the aggregate GDP. The agricultural sector grew by 1.50%, an improvement from the growth of 1.20% recorded in the second quarter of 2022. The growth of the industry sector was minus 1.94%. relative to minus 2.30% recorded in the second quarter of 2022. In terms of the share to the GDP, agriculture and the industry sectors contributed less to the aggregate GDP in the second quarter of 2023 compared to the second quarter of 2022. Some Nigerians spoke on the performance of the economy in the outgoing year.
Is there an economy in Nigeria? Should we say we have an economy? What determines the economy? The value of your currency is one. Do we have it? What determines the economy? Production activities. Do we have it? When even active producing companies, firms, industries are packing up and leaving the shores of this country.
2023 is made up of two phases, in the sense that we have the exit of an administration led by Major General Muhammadu Buhari and the new administration of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The major clubs we have in this year is this issue of fuel subsidy removal, and immediately it is done, it spelt a lot of things on the faces of every other socio-economic aspect of the country and every individual in the nation as well. And since then, the government has been making effort to cushion the effect.
They attributed the economic woes that pervaded the year on the change of the currency introduced towards the tail end of the Buhari administration, the removal of subsidy by the administration of Bola Tinubu, and the lingering naira to dollar crisis.
If you look at the first quarter, which is from January to March, the economy was not doing well because of a Emefiele policy. Because we started the year with this naira redesign policy. That policy alone destroyed the economy. It destroyed a lot of livelihoods. It didn't even destroy only livelihood, it destroyed lives. Because a lot of people died because of that policy. That's the first quarter of the year. The second quarter of the year, which started from April to June, that was the period of transition. Basically, what happens during the period of transition is this: economic activities are always at the lowest ebb, because people don't know the direction of the policy of the next administration.
Economy is in, as far as this outgoing 2023 fiscal year, economic year is concerned, nothing to write home about. My overview of the 2023 Nigeria economy is sleeping. In fact, it's in comatose. The economy is in comatose. It's not only sleeping, it's in comatose. It needs serious revival, very serious and focused revival.
Respondents further blamed the economic crisis on the fact that the country's economy is not a producing one, noting that this has made the economy to depend solely on the oil sector, while other sectors like power, among others, made little or no impact.
How do you talk of economy? What determines the economy? The value of your currency is one. Do we have it? What determines the economy? Production activities. Do we have it? When even active producing companies, firms, industries are packing up and leaving the shores of this country. Simply because of what? Go and ask them. They mention lack of infrastructural facilities. They mention policy somersault. They mention poor business environment.
It was in crisis during that period. What do I mean by energy? Energy comprises of two things: the power sector and the petroleum sector. The power, people are writing off the power sector because throughout the Buhari administration, we could not generate up to 5,000 megawatts of electricity. The people did not expect so much from the power sector. But the fuel sector, I mean the petroleum sector, that people put their hope on. The marketers were hoarding the fuel, and the price of diesel was skyrocketing. And that one was affecting the economy because most companies were operating below. They were operating at what? At a loss.
While they commended some of the economic recovery plans introduced by the Tinubu-led administration, respondents posited that measures are yet to produce tangible results for economic growth and development. They described the 2024 budget of renewed hope presented by President Tinubu as a ray of hope for the country, but quick to add that all hands must be on the deck towards proper and effective monitoring and implementation of the budget for socio-economic growth.
Needs serious revival, very serious and focused revival. That is when an average Nigerian can live well. That is when an average Nigerian can send his or her word to good school. That is when an average Nigerian can have access to good health.
I think the government should focus on what? On the economy, on the local economy. How do we do that? It must fix insecurity. The security challenge must be addressed first because nobody wants to put his money in an environment that is not secure. For instance, we have the report of killing, the massacre and the carnage on the plateau. Such a thing will not encourage any investor. Let the government encourage what? Let the government invest and show political will on the security sector.
It is expected that the government will match words with action for rapid and sustainable economic growth and development in 2024, thereby put smiles on the faces of Nigerians again. Kunle Ojo, Galaxy TV.